In an unexpected turn of events, King Charles III surprised everyone by making a grand announcement that no one anticipated. He declared his sister, Princess Anne, as the new queen, stripping Camilla of the esteemed title. What might have driven him to take such a bold step? Are there substantial reasons behind this decision, or is it merely speculation? Let's delve into the unfolding situation. The British monarchy has long been renowned for its share of drama, rich history, and family feuds. Widely known as the eldest son of Queen Elizabeth, King Charles has always been in the public eye, while his sister, Princess Anne, preferred to stay in the background. Anne has worked diligently away from the spotlight, demonstrating a serious approach and sincere dedication to her royal duties. Although her activities have not always been in the limelight, like some of her more eccentric relatives, her efforts did not go unnoticed. Now it seems that her time has finally come to play a more prominent role than before. Before diving into the details of these unexpected rumours, it is important to understand the current structure of the British royal house. Following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II in the year 2022, her son, King Charles III, finally had the opportunity to ascend the throne after a long period of waiting. Camilla, his longtime companion, was officially declared Queen Camilla, following the late Queen's wishes and receiving approval from the British Parliament. Initially, this transition of power seemed smooth, demonstrating the sustained tradition of stable leadership in the monarchy. Although some had certain doubts, the royal family and much of society as a whole supported the new order with King Charles and Queen Camilla. Princess Anne, often referred to as one of the most hard-working members of the royal family, continues to show unwavering dedication to her duties. Although her work rarely takes centre stage, she tirelessly serves the crown. It seemed that her positions within the royal hierarchy were not meant to change. Yet recent rumours suggest the possibility of significant changes regarding Princess Anne's status in the monarchy. The idea that she might become queen sparks genuine interest and questions for many. To truly understand the significance of this situation, it is worth taking a closer look at Princess Anne's life path within the royal family and how public opinion of her has evolved over time. Perhaps we are witnessing the beginning of a new phase for the British monarchy. Let's delve into the early years of Princess Anne's life and education. Anne, the Princess Royal, was born on the 15th of August, 1950, at 11:50 in the morning at Clarence House, at a time when her grandfather, King George VI, was still on the throne. She became the second child and only daughter of Princess Elizabeth, later Queen Elizabeth II, and Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. In her honour, a 21-gun salute was fired in Hyde Park. Anne was christened at Buckingham Palace on the 21st of October 1950 in a ceremony conducted by Cyril Garbett, the Archbishop of York. At birth, Anne was third in line to the throne immediately after her mother and older brother Charles, who was destined to become King Charles III. After the death of her grandfather in 1952 and her mother's accession to the throne, Anne moved to second in line, but she currently occupies the 17th position. During her childhood, Anne and her brothers, Charles, Andrew, and Edward, were cared for by their governess, Katherine-news, who taught her at Buckingham Palace. Being too young at the time, Anne was unable to attend her mother's coronation in 1953. In May 1959, a Girl Scout troop was formed for her at Buckingham Palace, continuing the traditions of her mother and aunt. This group, which included the St. Trinity Brompton Girl Scout troop, allowed Anne to socialise with peers until 1963, when she went on to further education. In 1963, when Anne began attending Benenden School, she remained there until 1968, completing her studies with 6 O-level certificates and 2 A-level certificates. At the age of 18, in 1969, she began undertaking her royal duties, marking the start of a life dedicated to public service. In the early 70s, Anne had a brief romance with Andrew Parker Bowles, who later married Camilla Shand, the future wife of Charles. Rumours also circulated that she was dating Olympic equestrian Richard Meade at the time. Princess Anne is regarded as one of the most hard-working members of the royal family because she is constantly engaged in her duties. In 2014, Kevin S. MacLeod, then Canadian Secretary to the Queen, noted her dedication, saying she believes in the necessity of being constantly busy and strives to make a positive impact by meeting as many people as possible. In fact, in December 2017, it was revealed that she had performed more official duties that year than anyone else, surpassing even her mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Her dedication has taken her to various corners of the world, including Norway, Jamaica, Germany, Austria, New Zealand, and Australia. Anne's journey in public service began in 1969, at the opening of an education and training centre in Shropshire, which was her first official engagement after finishing school. She began representing the United Kingdom abroad, travelling with her parents to Austria in the same year. She made her first trip to Australia in 1970 and has returned several times since for various official engagements, such as serving as the honorary colonel of an Australian regiment. One particularly memorable visit was her attendance at a memorial service in Melbourne in 2009, honouring the victims of the tragic Black Saturday bushfires. In 1990, she made history as the first member of the British royal family to visit the Soviet Union, where she was warmly received by President Mikhail Gorbachev. She continued to strengthen these diplomatic ties and returned to Russia in August 2016 to mark the 75th anniversary of Operation Dervish, a crucial Arctic convoy mission during the Second World War. Of course, her royal schedule hasn't always been smooth. In September 2016, she had to cancel several planned engagements due to a chest infection, but quickly recovered and travelled to Sabah, Malaysia, for a brief study tour in October of the same year. Then, in April 2022, she and her husband travelled to Australia and Papua New Guinea to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. A special moment was the 12th of September 2022, when Princess Anne became the first woman to join the Vigil of the Princes at St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh, guarding her mother's coffin. She also repeated this honour at Westminster Hall on the 16th of September. What role will she assume in the future? Princess Anne played a significant role by signing the death certificate of Queen Elizabeth II at Balmoral, demonstrating her personal proximity to important historical moments. Known for her remarkable dedication to helping others, Princess Anne is involved with more than 200 charitable organisations and associations. Her commitment is evident through her long-term work with the charity Save the Children, where she served as president from 1970 to 2017 and continues to support the organisation as a patron. Thanks to her dedication, she has visited countries like Bangladesh, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Mozambique, Ethiopia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina to see charitable projects firsthand. Her efforts were so impressive that in 1990, former Zambian President Kenneth Kaunda even nominated her for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991. In the same year, Anne founded the Princess Royal Trust for Carers, which has helped many individuals caring for family members with special needs. She also plays a significant role in the organisation St John Ambulance, where she leads the cadets. Every year, she participates in the Grand Prior Award reception to celebrate youth achievements. She is actively involved in this organisation and is also a patron of the St Andrew's First Aid Service, which specialises in teaching life-saving skills. Anne extended her work in the healthcare sector by becoming the patron of Mercy Ships in 2021, a charity operating the largest non-governmental hospital ships providing free surgeries and medical care. But her commitment to these efforts doesn't stop there. She is also deeply engaged in sports as the United Kingdom's representative on the International Olympic Committee. In the realm of sports management, she holds significant positions, having been part of the London Organising Committee for the 2012 Olympic Games and currently serving as the president of the British Olympic Association. In 2014, she had the honour of representing the United Kingdom at the Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia. Her love for sports goes back to 1985, when she became president of the Riding for the Disabled Association, after being its patron for 14 years. It's amazing how much she contributes to such diverse fields of activity. Princess Anne is truly active in university sports and supports British universities and colleges in the field of physical culture. She has also made a significant impact in education. After the retirement of the Queen Mother in 1981, graduates of London University selected Anne as the Chancellor, and she remains in this position to this day. Additionally, Anne served as President of the British Academy of Film and Television Arts from 1973 to 2001. But this is far from all. Anne holds an important role in the Church. In May 1996, she became Her Majesty's High Commissioner to the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, and she resumed this role again in 2017. In 2007, Queen Elizabeth II appointed her as the Grand Master of the Royal Victorian Order, a title previously held by her grandmother. Anne is also making waves in science and academic spheres. She is a Royal Fellow of the Royal Society and became the first Royal Fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences. By 2022, she became one of 4 Royal Fellows of the Royal Society, joining her brother, King Charles III, nephew Prince William, and uncle, the Duke of Kent. Continuing her family's academic legacy, she became the Chancellor of the University of Edinburgh in 2011, following in her father's footsteps after his retirement in 2010. That same year, she took on several leadership positions, including President of the City and Guilds of London Institute and Master of the Trinity House Corporation, with all these roles previously held by her father. She also continues to be President of the Commonwealth Study Conference, which her father began, and in 2023, she became President of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, succeeding her uncle. With a strong work ethic and a genuine sense of duty, Princess Anne shows what it means to serve, maintaining her position in the royal family as meaningful as ever. Often considered a reliable pillar in the royal family and a symbol of conscientious public service, she has built her reputation through hard work and dedication since the age of 18. What else has she done that has earned her respect? Did you know that Anne has participated in more than 20,000 public events? This illustrates her devotion to the British people. Although born into the royal family, she has always done things her way. In her youth, she was called the Royal Rebel because she chose not to give her children royal titles, even though she was considered a spare heir. This decision reflected her desire to lead a simpler and more accessible life. However, her relationship with the media has not always been smooth. As a new member of the royal family, the press often portrayed her as reserved and arrogant, giving her the nickname Her Royal Rudeness. One particularly memorable incident occurred in 1982 during the badminton horse trials, when Princess Anne told photographers to naff off, which sparked much discussion but also solidified her reputation as a straightforward person. Vanity Fair noted that she inherited her father's sharp tongue and quick wit, which perfectly complements her no-nonsense style. Looking back at her younger years, Anne admitted that it took her about 10 years to gain confidence in her public role. Her work with Save the Children pushed her towards a deep understanding of the mission of charity, and her early travels helped her see things in a new light. She is often called the most hard-working in the royal family due to the numerous events she participated in. From 2002 to 2022, she took part in an impressive 1,188 official engagements, more than any other member of the royal family. Her dedication has made her one of the beloved figures among the British public. Camilla of The Telegraph called her a national treasure and highlighted her as one of Britain's unique personalities. Anne follows royal protocol, but she is not afraid to break the rules when it seems appropriate, adding to her charm and making her stand out from the rest. And this applies not only to her public work. Her desire to remain genuine is reflected in everything. It's intriguing how she manages to combine royal status with straightforwardness. She prefers to drive herself to events and does her own hair and makeup. In fact, she was twice stopped by the police for speeding because she was late for royal appointments. You'll notice that she doesn't shake hands at events, explaining that it's too difficult to greet everyone. But this trait doesn't diminish her popularity in the slightest. She is often seen performing everyday tasks, such as fixing fences at her home in Gatcombe or waiting in line in front of mobile toilets at her daughter's equestrian competitions. This simplicity of Anne truly attracts many. What sets her apart from other members of the royal family? She supports lesser-known projects like the Wet Wheels Foundation, which promotes accessible sailing, and the National Lighthouse Museum, showing an interest in causes that rarely attract attention. When asked about retirement plans, especially in interviews in honor of her 60th and 70th birthdays, she adamantly answers no. She draws inspiration from her parents and makes it clear that she is committed to her royal duties and has no plans to slow down her work pace. Her public image is described as graceful, yet straightforward. She doesn't suffer fools gladly, which many find appealing. Despite this, she pairs sharp wit with courteous manners. Beyond her royal duties, Anne is considered a fashion icon. She is recognized for her classic and sustainable choices in clothing long before it became trendy. British Vogue's editor-in-chief, Edward Enninful, called her a true style icon for her commitment to sustainable fashion. Her style combines practicality and consistency, often favouring British brands, including tweeds and tailored suits. She isn't afraid to wear the same outfits. For instance, she wore the same dress to the Prince of Wales's wedding in 1981 and again at Lady Rose Windsor's wedding in 2008. She is also a patron of the UK Fashion and Textile Association and enjoys bold patterns and bright colours. Princess Anne often expresses her love for horses and the active lifestyle through her fashion choices. Her wardrobe in the 70s and 80s included puffed sleeves, vibrant floral patterns, cozy cardigans, and colourful stripes that fit the style of the time. Curiously, she is one of the few women in the royal family often seen wearing military uniforms. You might notice that she rarely appears at royal events without a brooch, and her hat collection ranges from jockey caps to striking, impressive headpieces. In 2020, Princess Anne presented the Queen Elizabeth II Award for British Design at London Fashion Week, showcasing her influence in the fashion industry. Over the years, she has appeared on the cover of British Vogue 3 times, starting with her first appearance at the age of 21 in the September 1971 issue, followed by the May and November editions in 1973, when she was engaged to Mark Phillips. Recently, she was also featured in an article for the May 2020 edition of Vanity Fair. Her enduring style and charm earned her a spot in Tatler's list of the most glamorous royals in Europe for 2024, proving her status as a fashion icon. When it comes to who could be queen, it's hard not to notice Princess Anne. She stands out as one of the most dedicated and down-to-earth members of the royal family. Even if she isn't next in line for the throne, her life has always focused on hard work and supporting the crown through various charitable organisations and public duties. People love her for her strong work ethic and practical approach. Long before her sister-in-law, Princess Diana, earned the title the People's Princess, Anne had already captured hearts with her genuine dedication to her role and humble nature. Her magnificent reputation has been built over the years, starting from her early days of horseback riding and competing in events. Did you know that she participates in over 500 royal events annually? It's an impressive number, and she does all this without seeking fame. Nonetheless, her dedication and commitment naturally draw attention, making her highly respected. Unlike many, she does not seek public attention. She simply focuses on what needs to be done. Numerous people truly admire Anne for everything she has accomplished. It begs the question of why, despite her strong dedication to the monarchy and popularity, she was never seriously considered for the throne, particularly in light of some difficulties associated with her younger brothers, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. Both brothers have faced various public challenges over the years, but Anne has always remained reliable and continued to fulfill her duties with dignity. When King Charles married Camilla Parker Bowles in 2005, the royal family was still grieving the loss of Princess Diana. Out of respect for Diana, Camilla was named the Duchess of Cornwall instead of the Princess of Wales. It was a delicate balance, honouring Diana's legacy and helping Camilla become part of the royal family. Over time, Camilla quietly worked to change public opinion about herself, engaging in various charities, maintaining a calm demeanour, and supporting Charles, which helped her gain many admirers in Britain. By the time Charles became king, Camilla was officially titled Queen Consort, which was a significant step, though it differs from the status of a traditional queen like Queen Elizabeth II. Despite the significant improvement in public perception of Camilla, her role as queen consort still raises questions. In royal circles and among the public, whispers about her position continue, and people often compare her to more beloved members like Princess Anne and the Duchess of Cambridge, now Princess of Wales Catherine. Camilla's journey from a controversial figure to a respected member of the royal family is impressive, but some unresolved questions remain. One intriguing point in royal discussions is whether Princess Anne could take the throne instead of Camilla. This idea raises numerous questions. Could such a significant change ever really happen, considering the existing laws of succession? And if it did, what would it change? If something shifted, what would happen to Camilla's title as Queen Consort? Currently, the succession line in the British monarchy is clear. After King Charles, his eldest son, Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, is next in line, followed by his children. Princess Anne, though very popular and respected, is much lower in the list. For her to become queen, it would require a major shift in the royal line or unusual circumstances under which those ahead of her would need to step aside. Princess Anne does not receive a parliamentary annuity. Her activities are funded through the sovereign grant. Throughout the year 2023, Camilla accompanied Charles on official visits to countries like Germany, France, and Kenya, showcasing her growing role as Queen Consort. In November, she supported him at the first state opening of Parliament as king. In 2024, Charles was diagnosed with cancer, and Camilla stepped in, making history by leading important events like Commonwealth Day and the Royal Service, duties typically reserved for the monarch. She truly made an impression, especially when she joined Charles at the 80th anniversary of the Normandy landings in June. When Camilla married Charles, she was given the title Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cornwall, reflecting his duke title, but she was known as Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Rothesay in Scotland. Despite the option to use the title Princess of Wales, she chose not to, wanting to honour the memory of the late Princess Diana, and instead opted for a more feminised interpretation of her husband's highest title. After the death of Prince Philip in 2021, Charles took on his titles, and Camilla briefly became the Duchess of Edinburgh before Charles ascended to the throne the following year. When they married in 2005, it was announced that Camilla would adopt the title of Princess Consort when Charles became king to ease mixed public feelings. Although there was no official basis for this title, it was a way to soften her role. However, as time went on and people became more receptive to her, this plan faded away. In 2022, Queen Elizabeth II publicly declared her wish for Camilla to be known as Queen Consort when Charles took the throne. After Charles became king on the 8th of September 2022, Camilla officially adopted this title. Initially, she was referred to as Her Majesty the Queen Consort to distinguish her from the late Queen Elizabeth II, but following the coronation on the 6th of May 2023, her title was simplified to Her Majesty the Queen, aligning with the traditions of past Queen's Consort. Royal titles within the British monarchy are extremely difficult to lose. Usually, something significant is required. Now, with Camilla in the role of Queen Consort, what will her reign be like? Camilla has worked hard over the years to support the crown, so losing her title would imply significant circumstances. But what if she decides to step aside voluntarily? This could occur due to public pressure or personal reasons. While it may sound surprising, there have been instances in royal history where titles changed hands due to evolving circumstances. If rumours that Princess Anne might rise in status and Camilla may step back are true, it likely reflects complex power dynamics within the royal family. The dynamics have always been complex, given that family members have different priorities and visions. With her strong connection to the late Queen Elizabeth II, Princess Anne can serve as a steady presence, especially during times of change. She has earned great respect for her dedication to the monarchy and often carries out her royal duties without seeking public attention. Some key figures in the royal family might see her as someone who has the potential to guide the monarchy through challenging times, particularly when the crown faces so much scrutiny and criticism. On the other hand, Camilla's role as Queen Consort has always been contentious, mainly due to the memory of Princess Diana. Although Camilla has worked hard to improve her public image, many still recall past disagreements between her, Diana, and Charles. If there is any push for Anne to assume a more significant role, it might come from those who believe she is more loved and respected. Many within the royal family and even the public may feel that Princess Anne is the one who embodies the values championed by Queen Elizabeth II. These values could be especially important for the monarchy in today's world. The British public has always had a complex relationship with the royal family. They respect the monarchy that has persisted for centuries, but also question its relevance in the modern world. Anne stepping into a more prominent role could bring back the ideas of service and dedication that her mother valued so highly. The thought of Anne taking on a more visible position evokes mixed feelings, surprise and excitement. Many see her as someone who could help ensure the monarchy's future. Her reputation makes her a reliable choice, particularly compared to the challenges Camilla has faced. Camilla's path to becoming Queen Consort has been challenging. She has had to deal with numerous complexities, particularly the memory of Princess Diana, which still lingers in people's minds. Although Camilla has earned some respect for her dedication to her duties, her position remains quite complicated. Should her role undergo any changes, it will undoubtedly spark discussions about her future in the royal family. So, is King Charles really considering rearranging the royal ranks? What do you think? We want to hear your opinions in the comments. See you in the next video. But imagine if public opinion shifted drastically, or the royal family made significant decisions, altering their duties. Given Anne's popularity, experience, and dedication, she could be an excellent choice during challenging times if the monarchy needed stability in uncertain conditions. Anne could be seen as someone who represents the core values of duty and loyalty that defined Queen Elizabeth II's reign. As questions about the monarchy's relevance become more pressing, Princess Anne's coming to the forefront could be perceived as a return to these important values. At the same time, there is speculation about Queen Camilla possibly losing her title if such changes were to happen. Camilla's title as Queen Consort is closely tied to her marriage to King Charles. If he were to abdicate or lose his position for any reason, she could lose her title, but it's hard to imagine it being taken from her while Charles is still king. Nevertheless, these rumours persist as people compare Camilla to other royal family members, especially Anne. These comparisons highlight how different their roles are and how the public perceives each of them. While Camilla has worked hard to fit into royal life, Anne's consistent service and natural demeanour set her apart in the eyes of many. So what's next? People often wonder what might have transpired if Princess Anne had been closer to the throne at another time. Thoughts of her unexpected ascension to the throne generate much curiosity about the possibilities. Now let's delve into Camilla's journey and her place in the royal family. Camilla officially became Queen Consort on the 8th of September 2022, the same day her husband, Charles III, ascended the throne following the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Just 2 days later, on the 10th of September, she joined her stepson, Prince William, at the Accession Council where Charles was proclaimed king. It was a significant moment for Camilla to witness her husband take on such a vital role in the world. Immediately after becoming Queen Consort, Camilla made an unexpected move by changing an old tradition. Instead of keeping the title Lady-in-Waiting, she introduced the modern role of Queen's Companion. This new role would still allow her to assist in official engagements, but was less formal, reducing daily royal duties such as answering correspondence or managing schedules. In early 2023, on the 13th of February, Camilla's royal duties were paused when Buckingham Palace announced that she had tested positive for COVID-19, leading to the cancellation of some public appearances, though she remained visible in other ways throughout the year. A few months later, on the 6th of May 2023, she was crowned alongside Charles in a grand ceremony at Westminster Abbey, watched by millions. Then, on the 16th of June 2023, Charles honoured her by making her a member of the prestigious Order of the Thistle. Camilla continued to engage in significant royal events. In July, she attended with Charles a national service at St Giles Cathedral when he received honours from Scotland. If you found this information interesting, be sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments.